राम राम। Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we are reading from Bhagavad Gita chapter 2. We read up to text 70. So do you want to open your video more? Only 11 devotees. Okay, Ishita also. Only 12 devotees. Video on. Okay, not bad. Now, conclusion of this chapter. Vihayo kamanja sarvan pumansh charati nispriha nirmamo nirahankara sashantim adhigacchati. Sashantim adhigacchati. That person will attain peace. Shanti adhigacchati. He will attains perfect peace. This is Vihayo. Can you remember where you heard this Vihayo word? Vihayo, very important verse. Text second 22. Vashangshi jirnani jatha Vihayo. Body gives up. Vihayo means giving up. Kaman, material desires for sense gratification. Yeah, who? Sharban, all. Puman, a person. Charati, lives. Nispriha, desireless. Nirmama, without a sense of proprietorship. Nirahankara, without false ego. Sa, he. Shantim, perfect peace. Adhigacchati, attains. A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego. He alone can attain real peace. I'm reading again, very powerful verse. Everybody wants peace. How to attain that peace? A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Atev Shant. All problems come from sense desire. Who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego. He alone can attain real peace. We know all these things, but we should hear again and again. We know, but we are not realized how to apply. That is why we should read again and again. We have heard, we have read, but we should read again. Again, because it is the goal of our life. Who is and when will come the realization, for that moment we should hanker for that. To become desireless means not to desire anything for sense gratification. In other words, desire for becoming Krishna conscious is actually desireless. How? Because when someone desires for Krishna, not for him, that is desireless. Desireless means not for sense gratification. To understand one's actual position as the eternal servitor of Krishna without falsely claiming this material body to be oneself and without falsely claiming proprietorship over anything in the world is the perfect stage of Krishna consciousness. One who is situated in this perfect stage knows that because Krishna is the proprietor of everything, everything must be used for the satisfaction of Krishna. Arjun did not want to fight for his own sense satisfaction, but when he became fully Krishna conscious, he fought because Krishna wanted him to fight. For himself, there was no desire to fight. But for Krishna, the same Arjuna fought to his best ability. Real desirelessness is desire for the satisfaction of Krishna, not an artificial attempt to abolish desires. If I want to become desireless, that is also desire. I want to become desireless, that is also desire. So if we desire for Krishna, that is actually desireless. A materially desireless person certainly knows that everything belongs to Krishna, and therefore he does not falsely claim proprietorship over anything. This transcendental knowledge is based on self-realization, namely knowing perfectly well that every living entity is an eternal part and parcel of Krishna in spiritual identity, and that the eternal position of the living entity is therefore never on the level of Krishna or greater than him. This understanding of Krishna consciousness is the basic principle of real peace. Text 72. Yasha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainang Prappa Mimijyati Sthitasham Antakalepi Brahmo Nirvanam Richati. Yasha Brahmi Sthiti. Question was that what is the symptom of Brahmi Sthita Pragya? Brahmi Sthiti means Yasha Brahmi Sthiti. Yasha this Brahmi spiritual Sthiti situation. This is Brahmi Sthiti. Question was there, who is Sthita Pragya? After giving answer, Krishna saying, this is Brahmi Sthiti. Partha, O son of Pritha, no enam, nainam. Nainam is no enam, never this. Prap, achieving, vimuyati, one is bewildered. Sthita, being situated. Asham, in this. The Sthita Asham. Sthita, being situated. Asham, this. Who is? Brahmi. The Brahmi Sthiti. Sthita. Antokale, at the time of death. That means at the end of life. Antokale. Opi also. Brahma Nirvanam, the spiritual kingdom of God. Richati, one attains. That is the way of the spiritual and godly life. After attaining which, a man is not builder. If one is thus situated, even at the hour of death, one can enter into the kingdom of God. If your whole life, if not possible, if you attain at the time of death, still is okay. That is confirmed in the 8th chapter. Anto kare, jo sharan bhavam kalevaram. Jasham tu antagatam pav. No. What is the verse? Antakale. One can attain Krishna consciousness or divine life at once, within a second, or one may not attain such a state of life even after millions of births. It is only a matter of understanding and accepting the fact. The Khatanga Maharaj attained this state of life just a few minutes before his death by surrendering into Krishna. Nirvana means ending the process of materialistic life. According to Buddhist philosophy, there is only void after the completion of this material life. But Bhagavad Gita teaches differently. Actual life begins after the completion of this material life. For the gross materialist, it is sufficient to know that one has to end this materialistic way of life, but for persons who are spiritually advanced, there is another life after this materialistic life. Before ending this life, if one fortunately becomes Krishna conscious, he at once attains the stage of Brahma Nirvana. There is no difference between the kingdom of God and the devotional service of the Lord. Since both of them are on the absolute plane, to be engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord is to have attained the spiritual kingdom. In the material world, there are activities of sense gratification, whereas in the spiritual world, there are activities of Krishna consciousness. Attainment of Krishna consciousness, even during this life, is immediate attainment of Brahman. And one who is situated in Krishna consciousness has certainly already entered into the kingdom of God. Brahma is just the opposite of matter. Therefore, Brahmisthiti means not on the platform of material activities. Devotional service of the Lord is accepted in the Bhagavad Gita as the liberated stage. Therefore, Brahmisthiti is liberation from material bondage. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur has summarized the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita as being the contents for the whole text. In the Bhagavad Gita, the subject matters are Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. In the second chapter, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga have been clearly discussed, and a glimpse of Bhakti Yoga has also been given as the contents for the complete text. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports to the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of its contents. Chapter 3, Karma Yoga. Everyone must engage in some sort of activity in this material world, but actions can either bind one to this world or liberate one from it. By acting for the pleasure of the Supreme without selfish motives, one can be liberated from the law of karma. Karma means action and reaction, and attain transcendental knowledge of the self and the Supreme. Text 1. Arjun Vacha. Jayashicit karmanaste mata buddhir janardana. Tatkim karmani ghare mang niyajeshi keshava. Arjun Vacha, Arjun said, Jayoshi, better. Chit, if. Karmana, then fruitive action. Te, by you. Mata is considered. Buddhi, intelligence. Janardhan, O Krishna. Tat, therefore, Kim, why? Karmani, in action. Ghore, ghastly. Karmani ghore means ghastly action. Ma, me. Nyo Jayoshi, you are engaging? Keshava, O Krishna. Niyojoshi Keshava. Mom, me Niyojoshi. Why are you engaging me? This type of ghastly action. What is ghastly action? Fighting. Arjuna said, O Janardhan, O Keshava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare? If you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work, because Krishna is giving summary here. Buddhi Yoga, intelligence. Buddhi Yoga, Bhakti is the best. What is the question? You have concluded that Bhakti Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, this is the best. If intelligence is the best, then why you are engaging me in this ghastly war? That means ghastly warfare means you are telling me to fight. I am fighting. You will fight for my politic activity. As you are concluding, intelligence is better than fruitive activity. Then why you are engaging me? Again telling me, fight. So, what do you think? Why Arjuna is wrong? You understand the question? Arjuna said, Krishna, you just in second chapter told that intelligence is better than fruitive work. And fruitive work you are engaging me in costly warfare. Surely this type of statement is not right. So where is Arjuna's mistake? Anybody raise hand? Why Arjuna is telling like that? Where is his mistake? Because Arjuna have not understood what is actually devotional self, what is the intelligence. He is differentiating this fighting with devotion. Here is not, as is playing as a conditioned soul. That is why he has not understood the definition of bhakti. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, has very elaborately described the constitution of the soul in the previous chapter, with a view to delivering his intimate friend Arjuna from the ocean of material grief. And the path of realization has been recommended. Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness. Sometimes Krishna consciousness is misunderstood to be inertia, inaction. And one with such a misunderstanding often withdraws to a secluded place to become fully Krishna conscious by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. This sentence is very important. So many times we feel disturbed. Oh, better I should stop everything. I should go a secluded place and chant more. I'm reading again. Sometimes Krishna consciousness is misunderstood to be inertia, and one with such a misunderstanding often withdraws to a secluded place to become fully Krishna conscious by chanting the holy name of the Lord. That means by going to the secluded place and chanting holy name Krishna, one cannot become self-realized. But without being trained in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, it is not advisable to chant the holy name of Krishna in a secluded place, where one may acquire only cheap adoration from the innocent public. Origin also thought of Krishna consciousness or Buddhism or intelligence in spiritual advancement of knowledge as something like retirement from active life and the practice of penance and austerity at a secluded place. In other words, he wanted to skillfully avoid the fighting by using Krishna consciousness as an excuse. Very nice point. Outside people sometimes blame us like that. Here, who was saying, Arjuna wanted to skillfully avoid the fighting by using Krishna consciousness as an excuse. But as a sincere student, he placed the matter before his master and questioned Krishna as to his best course of action. In answer, Lord Krishna elaborately explained Karma Yoga or work in Krishna consciousness in this third chapter. So this third chapter is called Karma Yoga. Arjuna's problem was he understood that devotional service means no action. But devotional service for the pleasure of Krishna, it is called Karma Yoga. Arjuna's question continues. Vyamisreno iva vakyeno buddhim mayoshi iva me tatyakam vada nishchitta jeno sreyo aham apnuyam. Vyamisreno by equivocal. Vyamisra, misra, mixed one. Do this, don't do this, this type of. You go there, don't go there. This type of statement, misra, by equivocal. Ego certainly, Bhakyan words, buddhim, intelligence, mohoyoshi, you are bewildering. Ego certainly, me, my, tat, therefore, ekam, only one, bada, please tell, nishchita, ascertain, jeno, by which, sreyo, real benefit, aham, I, apnuyam, may have. My intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. Therefore, please tell me decisively which will be most beneficial for me. Here, tat eko bado nishchitta. Out of the two statements, Krishna has not told two statements. Arjuna understood two. Arjuna understood Krishna is giving two types of instruction. That is why he is saying, Tat ekobado nishchitta. Out of the two, tell me one which I should do. Nishchitta. Certainly. Ascertaining. In the previous chapter, as a prelude to the Bhagavad Gita, many different paths are explained, such as Shankha Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, means control of the senses by intelligence, work without fruitive desire, and the position of the neophyte. So, what is explained in second chapter? Shankha Yoga, Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga means control of the senses by intelligence. Work without fruitive desire, Nishkam Karma, and the position of the neophyte. This was all presented unsystematically. A more organized outline of the path would be necessary for action and understanding. Arjuna therefore wanted to clear up these apparently confusing matters so that any common man could accept them without misinterpretation. Although Krishna had no intention of confusing Arjuna by any jugglery of words, Arjuna could not follow the process of Krishna consciousness, either by inertia or by active service. In other words, by his questions, he is clearing the path of Krishna consciousness for all students who who seriously want to understand the mystery of the Bhagavad Gita. So, two types of them. Arjun misunderstood, and another meaning, Arjun is asking for on behalf of other, so that whole world will benefit directly hearing from Krishna's mouth. So now Krishna is giving a whole chapter the answer. Sri Bhagavan watch. Lokashmin dividhanishta pura prakta maya nago jnana jogana shankhanam karma jogana jogin. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Loke, in the world, Kashmin this. Lokashmin means in this world. Dividha, two kinds of nishtha, faith. Pura prakta, formerly was said. Pura, in the past, formerly. Prakta. Ukta means said, prakta, was said. Maya, by me, that I told, Anagha, O sinless Arjun, sinless one. What are the two? One is Jnana Yogena Shankhanam. Jnana Yogena, by thinking, by linking process of knowledge. What is linking process? Linking process means yoga. So Jnana Yoga means by linking process of knowledge. So Jnana Yogena Shankhanam. For the empiric philosophers. For the empiric philosophers, through the linking process of knowledge. And Karma Yogena Yogina. Karma Yogena. By the linking process of devotion. Yoginam of the devotee. Here, of the Yoginam. Here you can understand, see. Yoginam is different word. Karma Yogena Yoginam. So Karma Yogena Yoginam. Here, just try to understand this. The Karma Yogi, he also yogi. Jnana Yogi, he also yogi. Hot Yogi, he also yogi. No. No. Okay. The Karma Yogi, they are yogi. The Jnana Yogi, they are yogi. The Hot Yogi, they are yogi. Right? No. Karma Yogi no yogi nam. Only Karma Yogi, real yogi. I mean, devotee is actually real yogi. Not Jnana Yogi no yogi nam. Why he is not telling? Jnana Yogi no yogi nam. Those are Jnana Yogi. They are actually not real yogi. Those are Karma Yogi. They are real yogi. By means by the linking process of devotion, they are Karma Yogi. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O sinless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two classes of men who try to realize the self. Some are inclined to understand it by empirical philosophical speculation, and others by devotional service. In the second chapter, verse 39, the Lord explained two kinds of procedures, namely Shankha Yoga and Karma Yoga, or Buddhi Yoga. In this verse, the Lord explains the same more clearly. Shankha Yoga, or the analytical study of the nature of spiritual matter, is the subject matter for persons who are inclined to speculate and understand things by experimental knowledge and philosophy. The other class of men work in Krishna consciousness, as it is explained in the 61st verse of the second chapter. The Lord has explained also in the 39th verse that by working by the principles of Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness, one can be relieved from the bonds of action, and furthermore, there is no flow in the processes. The same principle is more clearly explained in the 61st verse, that this Buddhi Yoga is to depend entirely on the Supreme, and in this way, all the senses can be brought under control very easily. Therefore, both the yogas and interdependent. Therefore, both the yogas are interdependent, as religion and philosophy. Religion without philosophy, very important statement. Please remember, underline this. Religion without philosophy is sentiment or sometimes fanaticism. And second statement, while philosophy without religion is mental speculation. I am reading again. Religion without philosophy is sentiment or fanaticism. And philosophy without religion is mental speculation. That is why, to what previous said, these are interdependent. Therefore, both the yogas are interdependent. Religion and philosophy, interdependent. Both is required. Poripuro, one helps other. The ultimate goal is Krishna, because the philosophers who are also sincerely searching after the absolute truth come in the end to Krishna consciousness. This is also stated in Bhagavad Gita. The whole process is to understand the real position of the self in relation to the super self. The indirect process is philosophical speculation, by which gradually one may come to the point of Krishna consciousness. And the other process is directly connecting everything with Krishna and Krishna in Krishna consciousness. Of these two, the path of Krishna consciousness is better because it does not depend on purifying the senses by a philosophical process. Krishna consciousness is itself the purifying process, and by the direct method of devotional service, it is simultaneously easy and sublime. Hare Krishna. So we should stop here. Anybody have any comment?
Maharaj, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
I have one question. As Stita Pragya from the previous chapter, last verse, Stita Pragya and Brahma Sthiti.
Same.
It's same?
Same.
And Brahma Nirvana?
Brahma Nirvana is same. Timeless same, like Sthita Pragya, whose knowledge is fixed. That is Sthitati Muni, the same meaning. Brahma means absolute. Brahma is used in different times. Brahma means Brahma. And Brahma means also Param Brahma also. So Brahma Nirvanam Richati. Brahma Nirvana means he is in the absolute platform. So when one situated there, he will not fall down. But in the Brahma realization, they will fall down. But here Brahma Nirvana means in Krishna consciousness. Okay. Brahma Nirvana means not this impersonal Brahma. Here Brahma Nirvana we should understand, not impersonal Brahma. Here means Brahma Nirvana means the supreme person of Brahma. Clear?
And another thing is Brahma is opposite of matter. He is in the material world.
Brahma is opposite of matter. To mean the transcendental, the word Brahma is used. To mean the very big, that Brahma word is used.
Pardon me, once again, please. Say that again.
Brahma word is used in different cases. Like to mean the opposite of matter is Brahma. Anything opposite of matter is called Brahma. That means which is not Brahma, this is matter.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, Maharaj.
Naman? Yes. We cannot hear you. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Gita as it is. Ki jai. Oh,
Krishna Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.